Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about the Land Shark Survival Aid. They say it's an instant survival shelter and stealth bag. Now, when you see this, I think you're going to be pretty impressed. From what I've seen and what I've been able to look at it so far, I really like it. One of the things that is commonly overlooked in a bug out bag or a survival kit is something that will help you keep your core body temperature at 98.6 degrees. And a sleeping bag, in camping terms and all that kind of stuff, is generally speaking the best way to go about that. The problem with a regular conventional sleeping bag is even the small ones are big and bulky and all that kind of stuff. But in an emergency situation, I mean, this thing packs down nice and small. It's not real heavy, and it's got a pretty cool nylon pouch here that you can, stick in your bag, slide it in there really easily. Keeps it all nice and compact. This is going to work out really well. So let me go ahead and open this up and show you what we've got. Now, when you first open your package, like the other one I just tossed down here, you will find that it is vacuum packed. So it's smaller than what I've got right here, because I've already had this one out. And it's, a lot more compact and a lot more, thin, I guess. So when I pull this apart here, the first thing I notice is that this is really heavy duty. Clearly, you have orange on one side. And what this is it's a large sack. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, spreading my arms out as far as I can. I'm still not quite to the end of this, so this thing must be 6.5 feet long, or maybe even almost 7 feet long. I'm not sure, but I'll throw the specs down in the description, as well as on the blog post that'll accompany this on realitysurvival.com. Now, the other thing that you see is it's got a paracord cinch pull. I don't know why I can't say that. Anyway, I must be getting dehydrated. That'll enable you to kind of pull this thing up around you and keep the heat in, so that you're not letting all the heat escape. That's one of the problems with the normal emergency blanket, or these other emergency tarps and stuff like that, is that it's good around your core, but it's letting a lot of heat escape around your head and around your feet. And so that's one of the huge advantages to something like this that I can see right off the bat. Now, let me go ahead and show you the construction on this. I got a pond over here and the bullfrogs are going crazy. Check out the construction on this. Double stitched, and it's double reinforced. It's got this material in here that is nice and thick, and they've laid that over, so they've reinforced this so that it's really looks like it's going to be very strong. The other thing that I like is it's got some grommets in here, and you can see those are quality grommets. I mean, they're metal grommets, and it's also this reinforced material. You can see that nylon thread running all throughout here, ripstop kind of thread. So it's going to be pretty strong. Now, one of the other things you may have noticed is that on the inside, it's camouflage. And that is pretty cool, because if you're in a bug out situation or something like that, and you don't want anybody to see you, then you've also got some camouflage. Now, it is a little bit loud, but it's not nearly like Tyvek or something like that, that's unwashed, where it's just really, really loud. This is kind of a happy medium between the two. The other thing that I notice on here is it comes with a whistle on it, so if you are in an emergency survival situation, then you can go ahead and blow the whistle. 3 times in 3 bursts. That kind of signals that you are in need of assistance. It's kind of a universal signal. The other thing you've got here is you've got kind of a hook, and I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of the hook is. I'll have to, it's a sea dog hook. I think that's for Probably if you want to hang like a strobe light or something like that off. Because the other thing is that this is not only useful on land, it's also useful in the water. Now if you have a personal flotation device and you're on a boat or something like that or whatever, and the boat capsizes, you can go ahead and put your flotation device on. If you're having to float in the water, you pull this bag up around you, and it does a couple things. Obviously you can try to get as much water out of it as possible, but your body is going to heat up that, you know, water around you a little bit. And then this is aluminized material. Even though you don't see the shiny side, it has a thin layer of aluminum in here, and so that's going to reflect back about 80% of your body heat. And what you do is you create your own little micro environment inside this bag. The second thing that it's going to do for you is it is going to keep your body fluids from becoming shark bait, essentially, or any blood or anything like that that happened from the accident. It's going to keep it contained better, because this whole sack is basically waterproof and vapor proof, and you know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's essentially a non-porous material, and it's going to hold everything together, so it's going to keep you from becoming more attractive to sharks than you may already be. Now obviously with the orange side out, it's going to also act as a signal. You've got the whistle here too. If you combine that with a strobe light or something like that and some sea dye, then in the water you're going to be in really good shape, or as good as you can be anyway, for being stuck out in the middle of the ocean. But in a wilderness survival situation, you know, this is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition the camera. I'm going to get down in here and crawl up inside this thing and just see how strong and tough it is, you know, and all that kind of thing. Got my shoes on, you know, kicking around in this thing, and it's not ripping. Pretty quickly and pretty easily get down in this thing, and I'm hot already. It's like 69 degrees out or 70 degrees out, something like that today, and just getting it that quick I can already feel the heat build up. So you probably wouldn't need to, but if you did, you could pull this cord kind of tight around your neck, and you could lay here and help, you know, keep your body temperature down at 98.6. So this obviously would also make a great evasion shelter. It's something that just pops up real quick. Pull it out of your bag, you stick it in here. If it's raining or whatever the case may be, I don't have any real concerns. I mean, I can basically get all the way down inside of this thing, leave myself an air hole, and I'm completely waterproof, and I've created my own little micro environment. I don't have any concerns. Now, if I don't have my head out and I can't see what's going on around me, that obviously could be a concern, depending on if it was, you know, a combat or a escape and evasion type situation. But if it's just a normal wilderness survival situation, I turn this around in orange, I can get out, you know, into a more of an open area where I can be seen. I can blow on this whistle every once in a while, and I'm good to go. You know, I don't really need to do a whole lot more than that right there. Whew, it's getting hot. I'm gonna open this up. So this is pretty cool. I've been wanting somebody to come out with a system like this that could be reusable, that could be tough, it's small enough and light enough to fit into a bug out bag, and it is really going to be able to affect keeping your body warm, okay? And I guarantee you that this is going to do that. I can feel it right now already. So 2 thumbs up, you know. I mean, I really like this thing so far. One of the other things that they said, and I don't know you know, how much it's going to directly relate, but they said that it is radar reflective. It does, so in an emergency situation, like in the water, I guess like sonar and radar or whatever will tend to reflect off of it, so that's a good thing to help you be seen. Now that is one consideration if you're going to use it in a evasion situation, although radar on the ground I don't think is a problem. One of the things that I would be curious to see from the manufacturer is what kind of reflection you get in thermal, with the thermal imager and with the forward-looking infrared camera, you know, night vision goggles and that kind of thing, because my assumption is that you're still going to get a thermal signature once the inside of the bag heats up and causes the bag itself to become hotter than the area around it. Now, you may not see your actual body outline, so that might be a good thing, but you're still going to probably put off a thermal signature. That's just my guess. But anyhow, guys, I'm gonna play with this thing a little bit more, and I'll probably do a follow-up video on it after I've had the time to mess with it a little bit more. But I can tell you, just as my initial impressions right now, I think this is a pretty sweet product, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for something to put in your bug out bag that's going to keep your body, you know, at a warm temperature at 98.6 degrees. I really do think that a lot of people overlook this in their bug out bags, that they assume that they can build a shelter and a fire and call that good to keep your body temperature where it needs to be in a cold environment, and I'm here to tell you that's not the case. You can very easily die of exposure if you don't have some sort of system that will allow you to create your own little micro environment. So I highly recommend that you have something like that in your bug out bag, whether it be a conventional sleeping bag or this, or a combination of a military GI poncho and a sleeping bag liner and a regular thermal blanket or something. But you really need to have something to create that environment. And I can say that this is the coolest product that I've seen, and the most heavy duty and reusable and all the other things above. I think this is going to work pretty well. So let me go ahead and see what it looks like packing this thing back up, and we'll finish up. Okay, so because of the way it's made, I think it'll probably go best back in the bag if we do it or inside out because of where the seams are. Again, on camera, it probably sounds louder than it really is. I don't think you'd hear this if you were more than 50 yards away, probably. Plus, it was really quiet and you were really listening. Okay. I think if you start down at this end and just kind of do the zigzag fold on the lines from where it was vacuum sealed, probably go in there pretty well. This material is considerably heavier than those emergency blankets that you can buy for like 15 bucks or 20 bucks or whatever it is. I don't know what mil those are. I believe this is 10 mil. But it definitely feels sturdier to me. Squeeze the air out of it. One more time. And again, if you spent more time doing it, you know, you can crunch it down even smaller than that. But even after using it, getting it out, goes right back in there. Land shark. Pretty sweet little system. Anyway, guys, as always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys. What's your favorite emergency shelter / sleeping system? What is it that you guys use in your bug out bag, and is it something that you overlooked? Let me know in the comments below. Take it easy.